Good morning! I'm Angelo Castro III.
I'm Angela and we are the Castros. Wow,
Ganda
happy
sana.
Monday.
Oo, dapat kasi since hindi tayo naglabas ng Metro Manila, dapat relax. Pero kanina, traffic.
Grabe yung traffic
Grabe,
ngayon.
2 hours QC to Mandaluyong.
Doon ka ba dumaan?
Kasama mo. Ang gulo.
Kamusta Holy Week mo?
Okay naman. Ay, nako. Anyway, good morning sa lahat ng mga viewers natin. Welcome back. Back to work na sa mga iba. Konting patience lang sa mga ipit sa traffic.
Bilis ang panahon, no? Parang last week, nag-goodbye lang tayo and have a blessed
And
weekend.
now we're here.
Ngayon, we're back. At marami tayong mga balita for this
Yes,
week.
okay.
Galing Holy Week weekend.
Simulan na tayo sa brunch because we're serving you news in a countdown.
All that before your second cup of coffee. This is Brunch.
Now, starting off on our 10th spot with heartbreaking news for some K-drama fans. K-drama stars Ryu Jun-yeol and Han So-hee called it quits. The breakup was confirmed by the respective agencies. In the agency statements, they expressed their support to the celebrities and said they have no other position than to acknowledge the split. Ryu and Han confirmed the relationship after their photos from their getaway in Hawaii circulated.
Sa mga may fans dyan.
Konti lang alam ko sa mga
Ako din
konti lang like Iris, ayun,
Full House.
Full House,
Sobrang luman.
Sassy Girl, diba?
Hindi, Chloe, bago-bago ba yun?
Chloe, tsaka yung sa kay Rain, yung doktor siya.
Yeah, I love that.
Ano
Ano nga
yun?
yun?
Ghost doctor, something like that. Ayun.
Okay. Sige, let's see. Ano ba ating next story for today? Coming in at our 9th spot is the Anthrax infection. The health department says the chance of getting it is very low for most people. According to the DOH, anthrax, which is caused by a spore-forming bacteria, does not spread from person to person like colds or flu. The agency added that although it can affect humans, the infection is more common in ruminant livestock such as cows, goats, and sheep. With this, the DOH advised the public to avoid raw or uncooked meat or meat products and avoid contact with livestock or animal remains. Thailand recently ordered close monitoring of livestock following an anthrax outbreak in neighboring Laos, where 65 suspected human cases were reported. Yan, pumutok din yung balita na yan over the weekend.
Yung anthrax scare. Siyempre, yung mga tao nagpanic yan dahil ang anthrax ginamit yan ng ng mga long time ago.
Parang chemical warfare.
As weapon of choice ng mga terrorists. What they did was, kaya nagka-scare sa US, they were mailing powder, parang white substance powder sa loob ng envelope to different politicians sa US na nagpanic sila, nag-confiscate ng FBI yung mga because apparently pala they make it into powder form.
Di ba yung nakalagay sa envelope?
Sa envelope, kinakalat nila sa hangin. So, akala nila yun.
But this one, don't be alarmed. Sabi nga, sana nga makakausap tayo ng DOH official regarding this para wag naman masyadong mag-panic.
And we know how to deal with it.
We know how to deal with it. And then if there's vaccine, kasi di ba yan
Spores type eh.
Oo. Tapos,
kailangan
yun
mahawakan
nga, dapat talaga lulutuin ng maayos yung
all the time
yung
naman.
meat natin with or without anthrax.
With or without anthrax, you always have to cook all the meats properly naman.
Oo. Pero yun nga lang, dapat malaman natin kung gaano kahanda ang ating government, especially DOH, on containing Department of Agriculture as well.
Yes.
Containing this. Kasi
lalo na, we have
neighboring countries
Neighboring countries, we have anthrax, we have pertussis, di ba? So we're not really familiar with this. Kahit medyo luma yung mga ito, we're not familiar with it because ang alam lang natin is COVID, pneumonia, dengue, di ba? Doon lang tayo familiar eh.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on. Now, ranking 8th in our countdown are the mishaps during the Holy Week break. 21 people have died from drowning and vehicular accidents in the country last week. The Philippine National Police reported that 19 people passed away in drowning incidents from March 25 to 30. 7 of these incidents happened in Calabarzon. 2 people lost their lives in vehicular accidents in Central Luzon and Bicol. So, sad news pag nakakarinig ka ng mga balitang ganyan.
Oo,
Yun, lumabas ka para magbakasyon tapos
Create memories with your
tas,
family.
yun, instead of good memories, bad memories pa.
I remember during our kabataan days, di ba sa province ganyan, huwag ka maliligo dun sa ilog na yun kasi kumukuha daw ng tao. Pero di ba parang yun yung nagiging pamahiin at that time. Pero there are scientific explanations.
Hindi, yung sa Kalirayan naman, it's because man-made siya, lake. So may drain ano siya, may parang drain pipe siya sa gilid. It sucks dirt out. So naging pamahiin, naging urban legend na pati daw tao sinisipsip.
But yun na nga.
Hindi naman.
Oo. Pero ito ha, kasi more people are coming back to Metro Manila after the Holy Week break.
Now, to get the latest on the ground, we have mobile journalist Evan Tarinque live from PITX in Parañaque. Hello, Evan.
Hi, Evan.
Good morning.
Good morning, Diego, Angela.
Ayan.
Kamusta ang Halloween?
Ay, nako. Yan ang sumulubong kayo
Happy
ng umaga.
kami nung ano.
Happy kami ng Holy Week, pero hindi kami happy kanina umaga, Evan.
We
Ikaw,
own the
happy ka ba?
sickness.
Madami na ba tao dyan sa PITX? And madami pa bang aasahan na pauwi?
Yes, Diego, as of yung latest na nakuha natin count is nasa 52,000 katao yung kanina pumunta dito ngayong umaga. And so far, expected na umabot ng 130 to 135,000 yung dadagsang tao ngayon dito, ngayong araw dito sa PITX. Ngayon, kung makikita natin, papakita natin yung ikot ng tao. So, ito yung entrance ng PITX. No? Tuloy-tuloy yung pasok ng mga tao so far, no? Ayan, makikita natin tuloy-tuloy yung pasok ng tao. Pero pagdating naman dito sa may mga gates mismo, medyo maluwag pa naman compared to sa yung mga nakaraang araw. Ito, makikita natin yung mga gates yung gates dito, medyo maluwag pa naman. Diego?
Evan, kumusta naman yung pagbili ng mga tickets ngayon? Can you paint us a picture or give us a picture on what's happening right now there?
Yes, Angela, sobrang bilis lang nung pagbili ng ticket dito sa PIT. Kasi kanina nga, pag-akit natin, kanina may nakausap tayo ngayong mismo, ngayong araw lang sila bumili ng ticket at nakabili kagad sila ng ticket. Hindi katulad nung mga nakaraang araw na pahirapan talaga. Pero kanina, sinilip natin yung mga ticket booths dito sa loob ng terminal, wala talagang halos pila. No? Yung mga tao na nga mismo yung tatawag sa'yo na bumili ng ticket. Angela.
Yes, Evan, meron na ba tayong count ng number of passengers that went through the PITX during this Holy Week Exodus? Kasi at least gusto natin malaman year on year if may numbers na tayo. Kung mas madami ba this year compared to last year?
So as of today, no, nakuha nating data from March 22 to March 31 ay umabot ng 1.3 million na katao yung dumaan dito sa PITX mismo. And yun nga, yung unang estimate is 1.7. Pero inaasahan pa rin, according from the management of PITX, baka umabot pa rin or pumalo pa rin yan ng 1.7 million.
Dami,
Kasabay din ng pagdami ng mga tao during the Holy Week Exodus, yung preparation niya, nakitaan din natin na nagkaroon ng mga random drug testing sa different terminals. Kasama na rin yung PITX. So, kamusta naman yung random testing there? Ilang drivers ba yung nag-test ng positive? At saka ano ba yung mga magiging sanctions dito sa mga nag-positive na mga drivers?
Yes, so far, Angela, wala pa tayong number kung gano'ng karami talaga yung nag-positive. Wala pa tayo. Ang estimated is around 4 bus drivers. And yun nga, nung nag-positive sila, hindi kagad sila, hindi na sila hinayaan bumiyahe at kinumpis ka na nga yung lisensya. Pero after that, mag-undergo pa sila ng confirmation test. Isa pang test ulit kung mapatunayan na talagang nag-positive sila sa illegal substance, no? And yun nga, pag nag-positive nga sila sa illegal substance na yun, ay masususpinde yung lisensya ng driver na to ng 1 year. Angela?
May mga reports din tayo last week kasi na may ilang mga drivers na umurong, kumbaga tumakas nung nalaman nila nagkaroon ng random drug testing sa ilang mga terminals. Diyan ba sa PITX, meron ba tayong report on that as well?
Yes, Angela, so far wala pa tayong data. Wala pa dito yung mismong head ng mga spokes ng PITX. Ang nakuha lang natin na data ay yung mga taong yung mga bus drivers na nag-positive and kung paano yung system, kung paano yung gagawin kung sakaling mag-positive na yung mga drivers dito. Angela.
Yes, lastly, Ivan, I'd like to ask lang, kamusta naman yung overall situation ng 1 week na yan during the Holy Week in terms of yung crime? Mababa ba ang reported incidents dyan? I remember last Holy Week, ang naging problema, ang dami daw nadukutan ng mga kanilang mga wallet o mga gamit.
Yes, Diego, so far today wala pa naman tayo nababalitaan na yung mga crime. Pero may nakita tayo kanina na nagdala ng pinagbabawal. May nagdala siyang pintura sa kanang katalim, no? Pero hindi na siya pinapasok mismo sa loob ng terminal dito. At sa labas pa lang siya ay inapprehend na kagad sa labas pa lang. And hindi na nga talaga ito pinatuloy dito. Pero so far, yun nga, paalala lang ng mga otoridad dito ay palaging bantayan yung inyong gamit. Dahil nga, yung ganitong mga panahon, maraming tao at siksikan, hindi daw may iwasan talaga yung mga dukutan ngayon.
Wait, lastly lang, Evan, so sa labas pa lang mahigpit na ang security.
Yes, Diego, sa entrance pa lang kanina, pwede natin pakita. Meron na kagad tayong K9 dog na nag-check na ng mga bagahe. Ito, may kita natin. May K9 dog dito banda. Ito yung K9 dog natin dito. So, bawat boxes na pumapasok, ayan, may K9 dog na
Naku, napagod na si Doggy.
Nahiga na siya.
Oo.
Ayan, so lahat ng pumapasok dito ay dumadaan sa kanya and yung sa kanyang handler. Diego.
Ayun. Alright, thank you, Mobile Journal Ivan Trinque, reporting to us live from PITX. Nakawawa naman si Doggy.
Oo, napagod na siya.
54,000
Abangan
people
pa natin
today.
until today na mas marami pa yung mga babalik from
Ang tanong dyan, may
provinces.
overtime pay ba si Doggy?
Mas maraming food for today.
Yun.
But coming up, investigations are underway over a violent Taekwondo sparring incident at a school in Bulacan.
Ako, alam ko yan, narinig ko yan. And the government moves to deter China's aggression, which some say brings us to the brink of war. Huwag kayo aalis. Go.
Nangaagaw ka. We are
Sisigurado
just
ka lang.
getting started. More of our top 10 news when Brunch returns. Keep it here on One News. good morning once again. You are still watching Brunch here on One News.
Uy, good morning sa lahat ng viewers natin across all our platforms from Signal TV, of course, Signal Play app, YouTube and Facebook. Maraming salamat sa mga comments nyo.
Oo, na-miss daw nila tayo. Sabi ni Rodel Makatangay, na-miss ko ang tambalang.
Oo, tsaka yung mga asawa na nanonood ng Brunch habang nagmamaneho si Mister. Baon lang ng pasensya sa traffic.
Super talaga ngayon.
Oo, kaya...
Expected naman natin yan eh. Kasi number one, galing sa Holy Week yung mga tao, bakasyon. Lahat yan. Kung hindi kagabi, nag-uwian today. Pangalawa, yung mga road repairs na ginawa over the weekend.
Di mali ka.
Bakit?
Hindi, expected.
Ako expected
The
ko
road
yan.
repairs were supposed to be finished before Holy
Ako
Week,
in-expect
Sunday.
ko yan. Di ba pinag-uusap?
Oh,
Wait, let me finish. Nung weekend, nung Wednesday, sabi nila, make sure na hindi yan, na mako-close off nyo yan. Para pagbalik ng mga tao, okay na yan. Ay, in-expect
Ang
ko
usapan,
hindi yan matatapos.
wait lang.
That's why I said I expect
wait lang. Ang usapan kasi Sunday, tapos na. And we have to already change yung mindset dahil Pilipinas to, Filipino time. So kung sinabi mong Sunday ka matatapos, tapusin yung trabaho ng Sunday. Tama na yung mga Filipino time na yan na Sunday
Kaya
tatapusin. Anong
hindi
Sunday nyo
matatapos.
tatapusin? Easter Sunday usapan. This coming Sunday pa? Grabe kayo.
See, I told you, it's expected.
Hindi tayo aasenso niyan.
Anyway, ano ba ating next story for today? Entering our seventh spot is another hacking incident. The Philippine Coast Guard, or PCG, is investigating the alleged breach of its social media page. The PCG reported that an unknown entity gained an unauthorized access to its official Facebook page on March 29. As of today, the page is still posting movie recap videos. PCG also said the hackers previously uploaded 2 malicious short videos. This is the third time the PCG social media page has been hacked. My gosh, palitan nyo na yung social media manager ninyo. At saka, ayusin nila yung nila yung security nila.
This is a critical branch, but this is Coast Guard is critical sa West Philippine Sea. And to have yourself, at least in social media, hacked, will bring their credibility or their capacity to deter off enemies, diba, of the state. Yung credibility nila bababa ng konti. So they have to up their game also.
Palitan nyo na yan. Ano ba
Pero
yan?
although on the other hand, Facebook lang naman yan, everyone gets
Facebook
hacked.
lang naman. Pero yun na nga.
Wag lang yung nila. Wag lang yung websites
Mismong website nila.
And yung system nila kung sana hindi napapasukan yung system nila where all the critical information is stored.
Yun ang importante.
Yun ang
Pero
importante.
yun nga, itong social media, bakit paulit-ulit? Ibig sabihin, may ginagawa sila.
Ibig sabihin yung manager nila, kasi alam mo sa social media, sa Facebook, pag hindi mo naman click yung link, walang mangyayari, di ba?
Remember, over the weekend, pinapakita ko sa'yo, may nag-message sa akin na meron daw kailangan akong gawin sa Facebook, ganyan-ganyan. Pero sabi ko na...
Ako, si social media manager.
Alam mo na di ba?
Nakiklickbait sa mga certain videos, nagkiklink, ano yan Nako, don't click the link. Yan ang advice nila.
Think before you click.
Yun ba yun? Think before you click. Mas maganda, don't click the link. Kasi pag
Hindi,
think,
kasi sometimes may
think
link
before you
na
click,
importante.
pag-iisipan mo pa, ito, don't click. Di ba?
Mag-isip ka muna before anything, di ba? Before anything else. Gulo mo.
Let's move on. Heating up at the sixth spot is the war on drugs in Davao City. 7 police officers in the city were relieved from their post after 7 alleged drug suspects were killed. The PNP ordered an investigation on the alleged shootouts in Davao City involving policemen. They are now disarmed and would be subjected to paraffin testing. Davao City Mayor Baste Duterte earlier declared a war against drugs in the metropolis. The Commission on Human Rights had expressed grave concern over this announcement.
Parang may replay na mga pangyayari na.
Pero
Kill.
Hindi ako nagsabi nito, pero sabi nila parang mas vicious yung drug war this time around. But what's nice to see naman is Now, this time around, the PNP is responding na, teka lang, we will relieve you from your post, we'll take a look at it.
Yun.
Kasi nung panahon noon, walang ganun eh.
There were reports, pero ito unofficial pa, na
Oo.
sinasabi nila during the Duterte administration, yung mga police were given incentives, rewarded kapag sila sa Dragon Wars.
Yeah,
diba?
according
pero
to-
that's unofficial.
Unofficial,
Unofficial report, tsaka baka chismis lang yung wala tayo.
And based on a book, di ba? Most of the ones in the supposed.
Oo. Pero ngayon,
the Death Squad, the Davao
Yeah.
Death Squad, was from, sinasabi mo sa akin, ano yan, from Rebel Attorneys. Ikaw nagsabi sa akin.
Yeah.
Oo, di ba?
Yeah, so, well, I'm just saying lang, yun yung sinasabi nila. Pero ngayon nga kasi, instead of giving daw incentives, yun talaga, nare-relieve sila sa post, nagkakaroon ng investigation.
Tsaka
Ayun yung difference nung sa admin
correct.
Versus dun sa previous admin.
And this admin also is looking at rehabilitating the people involved in drugs, di ba? Not only being violent towards them. Yan ang directive ni PBBM eh. Na not just one approach, but multiple approaches to solve the problem.
But yun nga, di ba, yung sinasabi mo about drugs. Still about drugs ang sasabihin ko, ang aking isi-share for today. Yun. Ito yung sinasabi mo, Diego, no? In connection to what you said earlier, PIDEA reports that over 300,000 drug-dependent individuals have been rehabilitated under the Marcos administration. The agency says these people have completed the community-based rehabilitation program in their barangays. According to PIDEA, they continue to put up public assistance desks and create reformation centers for drug users. The current administration's anti-drug campaign still has so far resulted in the deaths of 195 drug suspects in alleged shootouts. The figure, though, is said to be around 95% lower than the number of pushers and users killed during the Duterte administration. So, in continuation lang sa pinag-uusapan natin kanina, instead of yung mga alleged killings nga during itong drug war natin, rehabilitation, ang focus, no, ang path ng Marcos administration.
Which is a better one because ang kiniklaim nila Duterte noon and their doctors were saying that drug users have a very low chance of recovering and being productive members of society. And then yung mga nagsasabi na you should give them a chance, ginamit ilang figure or story yung nga kay Robert Downey Jr. who was a heavy drug user, but look at him now. He's one of the best actors in Hollywood, philanthropist, 'di ba? Ang daming advocacies. And walang Iron Man kung walang Robert Downey. So that means people can change.
Yeah.
Dapat pagbigyan sila and give them the chance to change.
So, yun. Kaya ito yan ang naging programa nga ng Marcos administration, magkaroon ng rehabilitation.
Multiple approaches. So,
Yeah.
not only don't only get rid of the suppliers, 'di ba? But also yung mga end users, pagalingin natin. Bigyan natin sila ng productive output para makalimutan nila ang drugs, 'di ba? Sa rehab, that's what they do.
Yeah. No, I'm listening.
Hindi, natulala lang ako sa
Bakit? No, I'm listening.
Kala ko you're judging me.
No, of course not. I'm listening lang. Oo. Tapos?
Tapos ako.
Tapos ka na ba? Hindi, yun lang. Yun lang ating sinasabi nga. It's clearly different now from the previous administration. You have to remember during the campaign of former President Rodrigo Duterte, sinasabi nga niya, kill, kill, kill. Diba? In 6 months, tapos ang drug problem natin dito sa bansa. But eventually, he admitted, diba, na medyo mahirap pala yung ganun kasi buong bansa na as compared to his city at that
Hindi niya nakita ganun kalalim palang problema. No, it's a deep-rooted problem.
Sige. Okay, let's see. Ano pa ba ang ating next story for today? Usapan mo tayo.
Teka lang, yung aking konsensya nagsalita. Oh, okay.
Oo. No, kasi
yeah.
we're checking out the figures yung sinasabi nila yung about Duterte drug war na medyo nabubuhay ulit ngayon.
Yes.
Kasi ngayon, ang nandoon na ngayon nakaupo ay si Mayor Baste.
And he has the same approach that his dad had, but mas aggressive daw. Ang maganda ngayon kasi is, panahon kasi ni President Duterte, when he was mayor, the mayor had a say sa loob ng police captain sa area nila or police chief sa area nila. Pero parang ngayon, di ba, decentralized na ang pagpili.
Yeah.
Oo.
Ito na, yung inaantay natin na makakasama natin for today.
Ayan, let's talk more about the government's drug rehabilitation efforts.
We have Yusek Earl Savadera from Dangerous Drugs Board or DDB. On the line, magandang umaga po sa inyo, Yusek.
Magandang umaga po. Thank you for having me sa inyong program this morning.
Opo, thank you din po for joining us. So, ito po according po sa ating report, we have over 300,000 rehabilitated drug users and 95% lower daw po ito doon sa drug killings. Your reaction on this po, Yusek?
Sinasabi kasi natin rehabilitated drug users. These are persons who use drugs who were to in the such offense. So we usually take to educate the public na kapag persons, ito talaga yung ating sinasubject to treatment, addiction, reintegration, and care. Now, noting the pictures provided by the drug enforcement agency, very significant na itong accomplishment. So, kasi our intention is really to first pag na po ay pagkatingin, they reintegrated sa community saan po sa so that they can proper also our society.
Ayun, Yusek, medyo choppy po ang linya natin. Baka po pwedeng pumihit po ng konti para medyo luminaw po yung line.
Yeah, sorry, is this better?
Yes.
Yusek, thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Yusek, with what you said, no, ang dami kasi nagtatanong, medyo confused na nating public kung ano ba talaga ang mandato ng DDB at ano yung kinaibahan nyo po sa PIDEA kung may overlap po ba daw dito?
That's a very good question. Actually, the DDB and the PIDEA were both created by one law. Yung Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, RA 9165. So the framers of the law made it a point na merong delineation pagdating sa functions ng both DDB and PIDEA.
Okay.
So DDB takes care of policy formulation and strategy development when it comes to the country or government's anti-drug campaign. Meanwhile, ang PIDEA naman is its law enforcement arm kung saan kine-carry out nito yung mga supply reduction activities, law enforcement activities to address the drug problem in the country.
Okay.
Okay. So ano pa po yung mga effort po ng DDB to prevent and control po yung paggamit ng illegal drugs sa ating bansa this year and the coming years?
Well, when the Marcos administration started pursuing anti-drug priorities, if naaalala po ninyo, publiko, malinaw po yung sinabi ni Pangulong BBM, the campaign against illegal drugs continues, but it has taken on a new phase. So, sa State of the Nation address, he reiterated that, kung saan ang focus ngayon is toward community-based treatment, rehabilitation, education, and rehabilitation to curb drug dependence among affected citizens. Very important context to na we treat drug addiction as chronic relapse health condition. Sakit siya. Kaya nga, ang konteksto natin, kapag meron siyang naging biktima ng paggamit ng illegal na droga, ating bibigyan ng kaukunang intervention tulad ng treatment and rehabilitation. Kasi naniniwala tayo na every individual who has become a victim of this menace is saan.
Yes.
Yes,
go ahead.
Wait, I just want to follow up on that question po. Based on your data, Yusek, which areas po, which community yung mas marami po ngayon ang nakikitaan po natin na mas kakailanganin po ng rehabilitation?
Well, ang ating community-based drug rehabilitation program kasi institutionalized na siya sa lahat ng local government unit. And we always mention na even if mababa o as ilang drug correction, importante, available na yung services ibigay
sa lahat
nila at matulungan sila sa aspect ng treatment and rehabilitation. In fact, dahil institutionalized na siya, ang ating i-reinforce doon is prevention na
Yes.
So, context is ganito. Tulungan ang mga naging biktima ng paggamit ng illegal na droga by giving them the appropriate On the other hand naman, we also shield those who have not fallen as victims of this menace and dissuade them from engaging in illegal drug use. So yan yung the prevention education effort should go hand in hand with our treatment.
So,
So, pagdating naman sa mga katiyan, the DD hopefully by next month or by June, we will be seeing the results of the nationwide survey on the patterns and trends that were of drug use in the Philippines. So, I do not want to anticipate kung yung magiging significant findings doon, but malalaman natin the results of that survey kung tumaas ba o bumaba yung certain bansa.
yes, Yusek, parang I'm getting the gist and the idea of the administration and how to combat the proliferation of illegal drugs. My question is, while I understand na you have to cut the supply and you also have to cut the demand for it, ang question ko is, on the demand side, even if we do rehabilitate, so as long as may kulang daw sa income at medyong gutom ang mga sikmura ng mga kababayan natin, this is the main catalyst daw for them to resort to drug use. Are you working now hand in hand with other agencies to make sure not all areas are addressed with regards to how to curb the demand of or the urge of these people to take drugs?
That is a very good question. No? Actually, ganito po. Kapag merong isang drug user na sumurrender ating authority for appropriate intervention, sa screening process, hindi lang kasi yung drug testing or drug dependency examination ang ginagawa.
Okay.
So, in the case management process, yung determination of the root cause of drug use, ina-adapt na. Kaya lumalabas yan, sir. For example, yung sinasabi ninyo na poverty is one of the reasons why an individual has decided to use drugs. Or, pwede lack of employment opportunity, pwede rin kasing pressure, pwede kasing discrimination. So, there are many factors. Importante yan sa case management. Sa process ng treatment and medication, as we prepare the individual to be reintegrated back to the community kung saan siya galing, i-address natin yung root cause of the drug problem.
Okay.
Now, kasama yan sa aftercare kanina. So, for example, inalam na, itong si individual, gumamit siya ng droga, gusto niya tumakas sa problema niya dahil wala siyang trabaho, wala siyang. So, what treat and rehabilitate yung pagiging drug user niya, nitreat natin yung aftercare integrity to make sure na after going the intervention, babalik na siya sa community. At mechanism, bigyan siya ng trabaho, bigyan siya ng employment opportunity, ma-address yung issue which housing is. And tama kayo, may convergence yan among government agencies na pwedeng magbigay ng frontline services to reinforce the intervention we give to our persons who bago sila balik uli sa community po sa
Okay.
Making sure na sustainable, no?
Yeah.
Yung efforts para dito sa
Tama
project
po.
na to. Okay?
But we also mention to them na we also make the public understand na since sakit nga po itong drug addiction, it is a chronic relapsing mental health. So, pwede kasi talaga na magkaroon ng relapse
Totoo
yung
yan.
ating mga persons who use drugs. So, ang sabi nga po namin sa mga duty bearers, for example, local government units, other stakeholders, do not give up. Kasi tulungan pa rin talaga na mga use drugs. If, for example, na napauli ka, it's not a question of the effectiveness of the programs that siyang ganon yung natural course things na pwede pa rin talaga mangyari. Important, sustainable yung ating program.
Alright, maraming pong salamat sa inyong oras, DDB Yusek Earl sa Avedra.
Maraming salamat po. More power to your program.
Ayun. Oh, totoo naman yung ganun na dapat na approach.
Yeah, oo.
Kasi
Do not give up on them.
Give up.
Do not give up on them.
At saka ang tawag doon, talaga sustainable dapat. Kasi minsan talaga,
At saka,
after nung rehabilitation, what's next?
Hindi porket after the program, you're clear from drugs, di ba? It doesn't mean you're clear already for long term because may mga certain circumstances, tulong binanggit ni Yusek, na baka mag-relapse ka kung nawalan ka ng income, na-depress ka.
That's why, di ba? Kaya importante yun. After rehabilitation, alam nila kung ano yung susunod na nila gagawin.
Nako, ito. Talagang pagpapawisan kayo sa ating story at the fourth spot. And I agree with this. Pag-asa warns that the heat index in Metro Manila may reach up to 43 degrees Celsius today. Oh no. This means that the heat index in Metro Manila is at a dangerous level. Aside from the capital region, other areas that may reach a danger heat index include Dagupan, Catarman in northern Samar, Batak in Ilocos Norte, Apari in Cagayan, and Iloilo City. Pag-asa advised the public to limit the time spent outdoors and drink enough water to avoid cramps, exhaustion, and heat stroke. Now, to get more information about this, we have mobile journalist Francis Orsio reporting to us live from Caloocan.
Good morning, Francis!
Good morning, Angela and Angelo.
Ang Metro Manila ba ang hottest area today or provinces? Saan?
Yes, Angela, ang pinakamainit na pwedeng makaranas ng malakas or mataas na heat index ngayon ay dito nga sa may bahagi ng Northern Samar sa Catarman at sa may Cagayan. So itong mga probinsyang ito ay over the past few days, ito na rin yung mga nakakaranas ng matataas na heat index and expected natin for today na ganun pa rin yung mararanasan natin.
Yes.
Dagdag ko lang Diego, kasi may mga ibang areas nga na nag-declare ng walang pasok, 'di ba, Francis? Saang area 'yon at ano yung heat index dun sa area na 'yon?
Yes, Angela. Ito nga, nag-declare na ng suspension ng classes sa mga ilang lugar sa bansa, particularly sa Bacolod City, which is no face-to-face classes from preschool to senior high school, public and private yan. Kabilang din ng Iloilo City na public and private until April 2 naman. Sa Rojas Capiz, no face-to-face classes from preschool to senior high school din, public and private. Sa Cabancalan, Negros Occidental at sa EB Magalona, Negros Occidental ay wala ring pasok hanggang April 2 sa EB Magalona at sa Tantangan, South Cotabato ay half day lang yung ipatutupad na klase from April 1 to 15. Sa mga lugar na yan kasi karaniwan yung mga high index na itatala ay nasa 41 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
Kaya nagdeklara or nag-decide na rin yung mga LGUs na suspendehin talaga yung pasok dahil nga sa mainit na temperatura, lalo na rin sa school. Sobrang maalinsangan para sa mga estudyante.
Yeah, Francis, two questions. Posible pa bang mas mainit pang mararanasan ang mga susunod na araw? Are we going to reach the extreme danger level? And yung to follow that up, may guidelines na ba ang Pag-asa, Francis, with regards to para yung sa pag-ulan natin, di ba? Yung danger level sa ulan, flood level. May guidelines naman tayo sa heat level when or where we should suggestively suspend classes?
Yes, Angelo. Ito nga ang Pag-asa ay base sa nakausap natin or nakapareham natin kanina. Inaasahan pa nga natin sa mga susunod na linggo na possible na umakyat sa extreme danger level yung heat index, which is mula sa 52 degrees Celsius pataas pa. Nung mga nakaraang araw nga, especially nung Biyernes sa ato, nakapagtala na ng 47 degrees Celsius dito sa may bahagi ng Dagupan City sa may Pangasinan. So itong mga temperatura na ito, inaasahan pa nating tataas sa mga susunod na linggo. Para doon naman sa mga halimbawa sa suspension ng classes dahil nga sa inaasahan pa nating pagtaas ng temperatura, meron na ding nilabas na DepEd order noong pang mga nakaraang taon nga na binibigyan nila ng kalayaan or ng rights yung LGU na mag-suspend nga, especially kapag talagang nakikita nila na makakaapekto yung mataas na temperatura sa pagdadaos ng mga klase. Kaya itong mga LGUs natin na nabanggit natin kanina ay nag-declare na rin ng suspension ng mga klase.
So kumbaga, wait lang, Francis, in other words, case-to-case ang case-to-case basis ang pag-suspend and nasa discretion ng bawat LGU.
Yes, tama, Angelo.
Okay.
Oo. Francis, ako naman, ang question ko is, last week kasi during Holy Week, no, nakaramdam tayo ng mga ilang araw ng mga pag-ulan. I was wondering kung anong reason behind it. Is it because it's too hot kaya nagkaroon ng mga pag-ulan? And are we going to be expecting more rains in the coming days?
Yes, Angela, yung mga pag-ulan na naranasan natin ng mga nakaraang linggo or ng mga nakaraang araw, dahil pa rin naman yan sa epekto nito mga umiiral na weather system, especially itong easterlies. Kasi sa paulit-ulit nga nating explanation, itong easterlies kasi hindi lang talaga ito mainit or maalinsangan na pwedeng makaapekto sa ating panahon. Dahil nga dito sa maraming moisture sa hangin, pwedeng yung evaporation kasi na dinudulot nito ay maaring makabuo ng katubigan sa ulap, and ito naman yung nagiging dahilan para bumuhos naman yung ulan sa atin, and expected din sa may eastern section ng ating bansa, especially sa Visayas and Mindanao, yung mga isolated rain showers ngayong araw or sa mga susunod pang araw dahil din ito sa epekto ng easterlies.
Yes, Francis, ngayon, di ba, nasa dry season tayo sa tag-init, no? Now, do we expect these temperatures na nararanasan natin to carry over even pag nasa wet season na tayo, kahit maulan, mainit pa rin?
Angelo, itong mga nararanasan nating temperature ay pinaka-common lang ito during the dry season, and especially may contribution din itong El Nino na nararanasan natin. So if we get to, or kung umabot na tayo doon sa may wet season or nagsimula na yung tag-ulan, nasahan natin na mas bababa naman na yung temperatura. So ngayon, tiis-tiis lang talaga tayo sa mainit at maalinsakang panahon.
May good news. Thank you, Francis. May konting good news.
Alright, sige. Maraming salamat.
Ay, wait lang, Francis. May tanong pa ako about ano pa ang advice na mabibigay ng mga, sabi, stay indoors as much as possible. But if you can't stay indoors because may mga taong their work entails them to be outdoors, ano ba ang mga iba pang, aside from hydrating, which is common, ano pa ang mga mapapayo natin sa mga kababayan natin, Francis?
Yes, Angelo, yung mga kapatid nga nating nagtatrabaho sa labas o yung mga hindi talaga maiiwasan na lumalabas ng bahay, ang pinaka-advice talaga sa kanila, especially ng ating health department, ay yung halimbawa magsuot ng mga long sleeve para hindi talaga sobrang exposed yung ating balat sa sikat ng araw, or gumamit ng payong pag nasa labas. And ang pinakamahalaga din yung hydration. Kahit nga yung MMDA nagpatupad din ng heat stroke break para doon sa mga personnel nila na exposed din sa sunlight, kasi kailangan talaga natin yung magpahinga mula sa initan, dahil nga kapag sobra-sobra yung pagtagal natin dito, posible yung mga heat stroke o yung heat cramps na maaari nating maranasan. So magpahinga, pwedeng sumilong sa mga malililim na lugar or gumamit nga ng payong kapag naglalakad sa ilalim ng sikat ng araw, at syempre uminom ng maraming tubig.
Yan. Okay.
Alright, maraming salamat sa iyo, Francis Orsho, live from Caloocan. Now, moving on to our topic for today, some developments in the National Police. Alright, Police Major General Romel Francisco Marbil has been appointed as the new PNP chief. Marbil's appointment came as the term of General Benjamin Acorda ended on Sunday. Prior to his appointment, Marbil was the head of the PNP Directorate for Controllership. On Sunday, Police Lieutenant General Emmanuel Peralta was designated as PNP officer in charge. Congratulations sa ating bagong PNP chief.
Si OIC, ilang araw lang.
Kahapon lang.
Isang araw lang si
Actually, kasi yung kay retired PNP chief Acorda, December pa siya dapat,
yes,
diba?
in-extend lang siya.
Extend lang.
Kasi he was doing a good job.
Yeah.
So, pinabaan
ngayon talaga, retirement
kailangan
age na siya. And as you will see, talagang, I think, President Bongbong Marcos is also following yung, tawag doon, yung seniority when it comes to promoting PNP chief. Okay, next topic for today. Moving over to our top 3, a young female Taekwondo jin was allegedly set up to spar with a much experienced teammate out of jealousy. Here's a report.
A 17-year-old female Taekwondo jin was severely injured during a sparring session at a school in Bulacan. She was allegedly set up against a heavier and taller opponent.
Hindi po ako makatanggi kasi takot po ako. Hindi na po ako mamatay dahil sa bugbog. Binugbog po ako na wala akong laban. Ngayon lang po ako nakapagsalita dahil takot na takot po ako sa coach po.
The victim's mother says the coach intentionally placed her in the match out of jealousy.
Pinartner siya sa black belter na 70 kilos, 20 kilos yung different ng timbang ng black belter. Talagang may gusto na daw po talaga si coach kay after ng training, inaaya siyang lumabas, inaaya siyang magkape, pinipilit siyang ihatid sundo. Talagang iba na eh.
The coach is now facing charges including physical injuries, sexual harassment, and threat. The victim's black belter opponent was also urged to come forward and tell the truth.
Sagad po sa buto yung trauma, yung mentally, physically, emotionally po na trauma ng anak ko, nasa kanya po lahat. Hindi ko po siya makilala. May gising po siya na nagba-blackout siya, nanginginig siya tapos nagba-blackout po. Buti po nasasalo po namin.
The school, for its part, has temporarily halted all Taekwondo trainings pending the investigation. All coaches that may have been involved in the incident have been suspended. The Philippine Taekwondo Association is also conducting its own probe. Senator Bongo, who chairs the Senate Committee on Sports, wants to open an inquiry into the matter.
Tanggalan na ng belt yan, tanggalin na sa trabaho yan, at huwag nang pag-taekwondohin pa ulit.
Yung coach.
Yung coach, ha? Okay.
Don't go away because we're not done yet. May dalawa pa tayo. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching Brunch here on The One News. Good morning sa lahat ng viewers natin.
Good morning.
Good morning.
April 1 ngayon,
Oh.
April Fool's Day, pero huwag na po kayo manloko.
Pero hindi. Pero we're here, so we're not fooling you. Okay.
Yes. So,
All right, let's move on.
ito definitely, ito ay totoo.
Sizzling on our second spot, Senator Jinggoy Estrada denies claims that his father, former President Erap Estrada, made a deal with Beijing. This comes after former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque claimed that Erap agreed to remove BRP Sierra Madre from Ayungin Shoal. The vessel serves as the country's outpost in the West Philippine Sea. Senator Jinggoy says it's unacceptable for Roque to make such a claim that has already been refuted by defense and security officials. According to the senator, Roque's statement only spreads confusion and doubts in the Philippines' fight for its sovereignty.
Oo. Ang tawag dito kasi nung ano 'di ba, parang August pa 'yon nagsabi na rin niya si Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Nung pumutok tong balita na to, parang meron ngang sinasabi na merong isang presidente or whatever, isang admin na pumayag na paalisin yung Sierra Madre. But in connection to that, our top story for today. Our top story for today is the latest action against China's harassment, of course. But President Bongbong Marcos formed a new council that aims to strengthen our maritime security, especially in the West Philippine Sea. Here's the report.
After the recent aggressive actions of China against our vessels in the West Philippine Sea, President Bongbong Marcos signed a new executive order to improve our maritime security. Under EO 57, the government must strengthen the country's maritime awareness and domain, such as maritime-related activities, infrastructure, people, and vessels. To achieve this, President Marcos revived the National Coast Watch Council, which is now called the National Maritime Council. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin will lead the council. Also joining the council are the cabinet members, the National Security Advisor, the Solicitor General, and the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency Director General. The council will form policies and strategies to ensure proper coordination and effective implementation of strategies regarding maritime security and awareness. The council secretariat will be called as the Presidential Office for Maritime Concern, while the National Coast Watch Center is now the National Maritime Center, or NMC. Other government agencies will act as supporting agencies of the Council, including the Philippine Coast Guard and the Armed Forces of the Philippines, while the National Task Force for the West Philippine Sea is going to be NMC's attached agency. Former Defense Secretary Orly Mercado expressed his support for the government's latest effort after the recent attacks of China in the West Philippine Sea.
Tama ang ginagawa ng Pangulo na palakasin dapat at ayusin, mag-coordinate ang iba't ibang mga ahensya natin na kung kanino nakasalalay ang proteksyon ng ating mga karagatan. That is a legal responsibility that should be supported by the people.
The National Maritime Council needs to submit the recommendation to the President before the June.
To further get his insights about this, we have former Defense Secretary Orly Mercado.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome back po to our program, Ka Orly.
The pleasure is mine.
Yeah, thanks for joining us again. Of course, we're going to talk about this National Maritime Council.
Yes.
Ano pong reaction niyo sa pag-create ng ni President Bongbong Marcos on this, and were you consulted din po?
Hindi naman. Kami naman ako'y wala na sa gobyerno. I'm not in the government, but we as responsible citizens and those who have had a little experience in governance as well as those who are concerned. Napaka-importante na suportahan natin itong ginagawa ng administrasyon. I can see, we can understand the need in a democratic society to speak out our voices.
Right.
Kahit na sa China, si Mao Zedong yung nag-introduce nung before the Cultural Revolution ng let 100 flowers bloom, let 100 thoughts contain.
Yes.
Importante yan. But yung ating mga hindi pagkakaunawaan, we can discuss that inside, and it should end at the water's edge. Hindi na water's edge ngayon eh.
Yeah.
200 nautical miles na.
Right.
Kasi ang pinag-uusapan natin, proteksyonan, yung exclusive economic zone, hindi talagang, I hate to use the word, pero binabastos na talaga tayo eh. Yung mga ibig sabihin, talagang bullying ito. Hindi na intentional na ito eh. And talagang jostling. And ang katugunan dyan is that our presence should be not military, but it should also, and even them, they're using great tactics, gray zone tactics. Hindi naman tayo paluloko na, alam mo, pag ikaw napikon dyan, at gumamit ka ng dahas, kumbaga sa suntukan girian lang ng girian. Pero ngayon, pag ikaw sumuntok na, they will capitalize on that. But I would like to point out one thing. One of the strongest positions we have is not only our legal position, supported by the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea, to which the Chinese are also a signatory.
That's right.
Ang importante maisip natin, one of our strongest assets here is the issue of the environmental destruction that has been going on and will continue to go on if the nations in the area, even those who have no claims, are not so sanguine about supporting the issue of punishing those who are destroying the coral reefs and are putting into question our own security, food security
Yes.
for the next generations. Doon tayo dapat ngayon, I see, ayoko naman pangunahan itong National Maritime Commission. I'm sure they are doing that, and this is part of their focus. And ibig ko lang sabihin, gusto natin makita na ang environmental issue, hindi lang sa pamamagitan ng DENR, kung hindi doon sa mga eksperto at sa lahat ng mga
That's
kasama
right.
ng mga academic organizations at pagre-research. Of course, nandun na yung UP Maritime, pero let's get more voices and more experts speaking in protection of the environment, because this is the bigger picture or the bigger
That's right.
cause beyond territorial integrity and sovereignty.
Pero ka-early, sabi niyo po, let's get more experts on this matter. Now, do you think it's right na yung council now is going to be led by the executive secretary? Shouldn't it be then led by people who are directly involved with issues like the DNR or maybe even the PCG or the Navy or the Philippine Navy?
Hindi, tama yung ginagawa ngayon eh.
Okay.
Alam niyo, yung panahon, there was the one single moment in our history where we exported rice. That was when the Marcos Senior administration decided we're going to stop this shortfall. Alam mo kung sino ang taong nilagay doon? Si Rafael Salas. He was the executive secretary.
Okay.
Why the executive secretary? Because he is primus inter pares. He is first among equals.
Okay.
Kaya niyang patakbuhin, kaya niyang and he moves and speaks directly to the president without any conduit or without any other steps. And this is, I think, very valuable in quick response because we know how interconnected we are now. This is the world of communication.
Right.
So much is happening and will happen. So we're fighting a battle here already, and we are already at a disadvantage in the military sense. But there are many areas in this competition that we can use our creativity, our ability to collaborate with others, and our own desire to make true to the world of what the Constitution says.
Opo, ka-Orly, kasi sabi nyo nga po, the PBBM administration is doing the right thing when it comes to handling itong West Philippine Sea issue natin. But what else can we do aside from filing democratic protest? Diplomatic protest, we have 147 to date na file na diplomatic protest. What else can we do para po makinig sa atin ang China?
Alam mo, the world is not equal. When China was poor, and it went what they call their century of humiliation from 1840s to 1940s, up to their the Communist Party won the Civil War. The important thing to remember is that in these particular instances, political power and military power comes from economic power. This Holy Week, I had a chance to review the history of Singapore. And I always love to read Lee Kuan Yew's. He went dito, napakaliit na bansa, tinanggal ng Malaysia, talagang initsapuera sila, etc. But they turned their disadvantages to advantages. But one thing, after rereading those books, one thing stuck in my mind. What was their advantage? Their advantage was they were consistent. Consistency in governance is critical. And in these times of crisis that we face, we have to be consistent. Of course, importante we speak with one voice. But this should not stop those whoever. Pero sa akin, ano nyo na yan, behind closed doors na kayong mag-usap, magsigawan. Because when I was in the government, ganun din ako nagtataas din ako ng boses ko, talagang nangangantsaw din ako. Pero there comes a point wherein, pag foreign policy na ang pinag-uusapan, formulation and implementation, we should really speak with one voice. Because in the final analysis, we only weaken our country, if we cannot come behind the government that wants to protect its sovereignty.
Ayun.
So much to talk about. So
Yes.
little time.
Sa susunod po ulit, saan di po kayo
Thank you.
magsawa. Oo. Maraming salamat po sa inyo, former Defense Secretary Orly Mercado.
Okay, let's move on. And I want to leave you with a quote to start your morning and to start the week. The trouble with practical jokes is that very often they get elected. Will Rogers. That's a good one. And that wraps up today's episode of Brunch.
Join us again tomorrow. I'm Angela Lagunzad Castro.
And I'm definitely Angelo Castro III. We are One News.
All sides, all the time.